Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Tuesday, January 11th at 1:40 p.m. here in Northern California. We are going to take a look at a number of different charts today. First, we're going to look at BTC and the outlook of the market. Then we're going to look at BCH, XRP, Cake Token, THETA Token, ALGO, MATIC, QNT, HTR, and EQZ. All of these chart requests are sponsored by my Patreon community, where I am taking chart requests for my videos from now on. Also, the $79 level there, we're going to have our first meeting next week. So if you're interested in joining before that first group meeting, please feel free to do so. All right, let's jump right into these charts. Taking a look at BCH, what we're seeing is that we are indeed consolidating at these levels. Now, if we look, we drew these lines and said we could come down to this line. If this line holds, we would bounce, and sure enough, we touched down at that $39,700 mark. I think we broke just below it, like just a few dollars below it, literally. So that level at 39,705, it's held. We came down to 39,569, it looks like. And then we bounced, but if you look at where we are right now, we've broken above the second line, which is 42,000. So when we capitulated beneath 42,000, we hit support at 39,705. Now we've broken back above 42,000, and if we close above 42,000, that's going to be encouraging. However, we're going to need to break back above this line eventually and break above the 50-day EMA in order for this correction to be over and for us to move on from it. It's yet to be seen if that will be the case, but we've got a solid bounce here right at this line of support here in the RSI. Yeah, anything below this line, we're no longer making a higher low. So we've just got to watch it and see. I mean, of course, if we go macro, we could see that we'd still be making a higher low all the way down to really this line here. But we don't want to entertain that reality. We can see that, yes, from a macro perspective, we're still making a higher low, but right now we're at support in relation to this low here from July 21st. So we're going to keep watching Bitcoin to see, are we going to stay beneath the 50-day EMA, or are we going to break back above the 50-day EMA? Over here, we closed one candle below it. We broke back above it the very next candle. We've got 5 days and 3 hours to see if we're going to repeat that and break back above it, or if we're going to stay below it and spend some more time below it. Same story here from the macro perspective. Actually, from the macro perspective, we still have a little ways to go down in the RSI before we're at support. So we've bounced ahead of support. From the macro perspective, all still looks to be well. Here we're looking at the 21-day EMA in green, we're looking at the 50-day EMA in blue, and then we're looking at the 100-day EMA in white and the 200-day EMA in red. And so it looks like we're doing the same thing here that we did here, basically closing one candle beneath the 50-day and then bouncing in the next candle. But it's yet to be seen if we're going to complete that by breaking back above the 50-day EMA and eventually getting back above the 21-day EMA, and then the bull run can continue. Taking a look at BCH, I drew this line here at $351. We came down just below this line here at $366. We came down and touched 348, so $5 above the line that I identified as our potential support. It's just going to be a matter of determining whether or not the RSI finds support, and to find some historical levels of support. Boom, we're right at it right now. Oops, what happened there? Okay, so this is one of those charts that wants to act up on me. But basically, we're right at this level of support right now. Looks like we've broken beneath it just a little bit. So we need to see if we're going to bounce or if we're going to keep moving down. Hopefully we get a bounce there in the RSI so that we can break back up, and maybe that level there at 347 or whatever. Hopefully that's the bottom, but we're going to keep watching BCH to see what we do. XRP, once again, we closed one candle beneath this line. We've got a bounce in the RSI. So, I mean, technically we could just see that as the line at this point. And technically we could even see this or this as the line. If that's the case, then we're still within support. But it's, I mean, I know it's very subjective and you feel like you can just kind of adjust things, but at the same time, we're simply looking to see as this trend is developing. Sometimes you think you got the trend and then something continues to develop and you realize, oh, the trend hadn't finished forming yet. Now that we have a fuller picture, we can see what the trend actually is. But there's some clear levels of support that we've got here, and we're well above them. Yeah, this is a level here. Sorry. This is really the level here. And so we're well above that level of support. All is well. Continuing to finish this symmetric triangle and still looking at this hidden bullish divergence in the RSI. Cake token. I love when Cake token hits 10 bucks. Every time it breaks beneath 10 bucks, I just want to buy it. And so, I mean, the first time we bought Cake token, it was over here. And it broke down beneath $10. I told the group, I said, as soon as it breaks beneath $10, we're buying the crap out of it. And sure enough, it broke down beneath $10. We bought the crap out of it. And so every time it breaks beneath $10, that's a great buy-in opportunity. But I'm super bullish on Cake. Most of you know it's my #1 holding. Even if all we do is reach this line here, it's still boss because it's right now it's making a 63% API, staking it on PancakeSwap, which is absolutely beastly. I can only think of one other asset that I'm holding right now that does better than that in terms of a staking reward. So Cake just keeps hitting this level of support. It doesn't break beneath it. It just keeps hitting it. This is the floor, and it's been the floor going all the way back here to March of 2021. This has been the floor, and we've honored that floor. We just keep hitting it and bouncing, hitting it and bouncing, hitting it and bouncing. And once we get a break above this trend in the RSI, we're going to get a break for Cake token, and it's going to go way beyond $43 in my opinion, but we are watching it to see when. And honestly, if I had more dry powder right now, I'd be accumulating. Yeah, THETA token had a little bit of a breakdown here. We're breaking down beneath this triangle. I mean, we could do the same thing here and say, maybe we look at the triangle a little differently. If that's the case, then we're right at support. Of course, only time will tell, but if we could take a look at the RSI and see what's going on, well, we've got the same hidden bullish divergence here. Okay, yeah, my charts are wanting to act up here. Maybe I can just refresh this. All right, yep, see. So yeah, looking at this chart from a macro perspective, we're still making a higher low in the RSI, but it's been bearish for now, and we're simply looking for a major burst, a major breakout for THETA token, and I am convinced in myself that that breakout is coming, and THETA token is going to do extraordinarily well. More on THETA token to come. Algorand, this is another one of those that I haven't looked at the chart in some time. I think last time I looked at the chart, maybe it was September, I don't know. But if we can take a look at this trend, well, it's probably better to see the trend as being, yep. If we look at the trend that way, we touched it here and we touched it again here. We're right at support. So it's just a matter of seeing what happens next. Yep, the trend has continued in the RSI. We're right at support. We're making a falling wedge in the RSI. And yeah, open this up a little bit. And the price is right at the trend, and so I got a couple targets there. It's actually looking pretty strong here. It's looking pretty strong. So, yeah, we got to get above $1.80. That's the ceiling that we got to break above and close above and stay above. And if we can break above $1.80, then these other targets come into play. these aren't end of season targets. They're just my next targets based upon these levels that we've broken. Polygon, still strong, still strong, still strong. Polygon MATIC is still strong. I mean, look at what's happened here. We broke above. We came back down to test the bottom of this, but we honored it, and now we're retesting the top of this. I mean, if you look at this, it's a perfect symmetric, a triangle here, but it's we're breaking above it, and so the RSI is the trend is a little broader than we anticipated. But if you look at it, it's bounced. If the RSI pushes up to the top of this line, we're going to break above this and head towards our targets. My first target is, well, I mean, if we let's do this. Let's take a look at a target here. Just looking at the candle pattern. If we break solidly above the line here, my target would be my next target would be, my short-term target would be $10. So that's like 5x of where it is right now, which is solid. A little less than 5x, which is solid. So we'll see how that goes. I was asked by one of my Patreon members to chart a QNT. I haven't taken a look at this chart yet, so this will be kind of fresh. The first thing that I'm seeing is just obvious. You don't need to be a technical analyst to see this, but we're at a level of support here. We could kind of see this as a region of support. I mean, if we charted two lines for this, kind of between here and here, kind of. And so right now we're within there. We're kind of bouncing around in there. We need to break above that. We might want to raise this just a little bit higher. Yeah, it's probably around here. Yeah. So yeah, we're in this consolidation range. Just kind of looking at the RSI. This is kind of the ground floor here, but we've broken beneath it. And there's not enough information to know, there's no support beneath this. So either we break above this or we simply have to watch it to see where the new trend is. But if the RSI does continue to trend down, we can probably expect the price to trend down as well. But at this point, it's inconclusive, except that this support seems to be strong at $151. And so if the RSI holds, then we can expect the price to hold as well. Sorry, maybe I could look at it on the daily. I was just going to say, sorry, I can't give you more information. But if we look at it on the daily, we might get a little bit more information, although you all know that I don't like looking at shorter time frames, but sometimes it's useful. When we look at a shorter time frame on the daily, we could actually see that the RSI bottomed out here on December 1st or December 7th, and it's been in an upward trajectory in the RSI ever since. It's just taken a while for the weekly chart to register that. We could see somewhat of a narrowing wedge here, an ascending narrowing wedge. If we break above that, that would be strong. Looking at this trend here, it seems that, yeah, the ceiling is more like here. And so here we bounced around in here before breaking above, and then we've capitulated beneath that line, and we're bouncing around in here again. So this is a clear consolidation range. Yeah. And we've bounced around within that consolidation range. And now it's just a matter of, can we pick up enough speed, enough steam to break above this consolidation range? And if the RSI keeps pushing upward, then we should expect the price action to begin pushing upward at some point as well. HTR, we could do this as well. Kind of renegotiate the trend here. Yeah, when you renegotiate that trend, it looks like it's like laying on the support. I mean, it's just like moving sideways on that support, which means the bears are trying their best to push it beneath, and the bulls are trying their best to push it above. But it's just, you know, it's slightly bullish because it's moving up, but it's pretty flat. It's pretty flat. So we need a solid break there. Two different trends here I can see. One of them is a narrowing wedge, but then the other one is just a channel that's moving upward. And so it's just a matter of, are we going to break above this line, or are we going to stay beneath that line? Time will tell. We shall see. EQZ. EQZ is inconclusive. We've got bearish RSI. I mean, it's just kind of moving downward. However, we could see the highs doing something like this. So it's just a matter of, do we get a break toward the top of the line again? Do we touch this line a third time? Now, I mean, kind of, if you move it in, the RSI is in the middle of the range. It's neither bearish nor bullish in terms of where it is in the range. It's neither oversold nor overbought. The concern is that, have we hit bottom? And, you know, I mean, we could see for the last 2 consecutive weeks we've honored that line, but there's no historic data. This is kind of where technical analysis kind of hits its limit, because we don't know where it's going historically. And so we just have to watch it and see how it plays out. I've got no projections for where this might go, except that we're just going to watch the RSI and watch the price. All right, that's all I got for you today. Remember that this is not financial advice, because I am not a financial advisor, but if you found any value, please let me know. I appreciate it very much. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please make it your aim above all to sleep in peace, wake in joy, and walk in love. And with that being said, this is Cryptogenic signing out.